Alright, so we're going to do some jumping up and down, desensitizing. What we've been really working on is stepping up. And when we step up, he gets really nervous. So if you step up and you touch the other side of him, he freaks out, he bolts. This is what we're trying to get him through. Once we got him through that, then we can safely get on him and we can start riding him around and then work on safely dismounting. So one of the issues the last trainer had said, and this is kind of where all the issues started, was when he would go to dismount, the horse would just run out from under him. So I'm sure he's getting off on the left, horse is running to the right. And that becomes a common problem when a horse is scared because you do something once you get off that upsets them. So if you're coming off real fast on that left side and you're yanking on him and you're beating on him because he did something you didn't like, and I see that all the time, and that's why we go to that scenario, that's what causes that issue. And I've seen that issue a lot. We've had to fix that issue a lot in horses. And that's just where it kind of starts. A lot of horses will get to where that's the only time they have the issue. But this horse, since he was young and just started with it, it's one of those things that issue took and led into other issues to just make him completely nervous all the time. So we're just trying to flex him right now. You can see he gets uncomfortable when flexing and wanting to move. Until he can stand still, we will keep doing it. He gets nervous and then wants to move. So we're just going to kind of hold him there and go to the other side. But a lot of people think that, it's got several issues. It could be the root of one issue. And once you fix that one issue, a lot of times everything else will kind of correct itself. See, he don't want me to pull him this way. He wants to just move. So that right there tells you, if I was to actually get on this horse, he's going to be real skittish of turning this way. If I can't do it on the ground, the chances of me doing it in the saddle aren't any better. Especially with the fact that he's nervous as soon as I hop up on that saddle. Just lightly pulling. He'll give his head for a quick second, but he wants to move his whole body. He don't want to flex this way. This is the side he gets real nervous on, which is kind of weird because usually when they start with the issue of, hey, I'm going to run out from under you because you're going to come off and do something mean to me, they would be skittish on the other side more so. And maybe that wasn't the issue. Maybe just someone was being really rough from this side of him all the time, and that caused all the issues. Might have got to where anytime somebody was on the ground on the side of him. And so it could have been once that guy came off, even though he was on that side, somebody's always rough to him on this side. And so he could have gotten to where he just don't want nobody on the ground next to him, especially this side. There's so many scenarios you don't really know, so you just kind of have to guess. And the only reason you really need to guess, or it's an issue to know why, is because it's hard to fix when you don't know. It's a lot easier to fix if you have a good assumption or a good guess of what's going on. But you see how he's not very willing? Come on. And some days his demeanor is so much better than others. Today is a little better day so far. He's only spooked a few times, when usually he's done spooked well over a dozen. He is getting more trusting, a little easier to catch. So there's a lot of good signs here. There's just, we're not 100% where we need to be, but we are getting there. See, he sees that I'm about to step up and he gets nervous. Now I do take and not give him much head because he does bolt off on me and he does try to run the other way and I don't want to get kicked. So I'm going to make sure that I have his head. Let me see. I try to get it. He just wants to step backwards. Up. Down. Up. See that nervousness? Down. Up. So I'm going to rub on this side, from this side, so that when I'm up there, it's kind of expected. Because this is typically when he freaks out. Because when I take and lay some pressure across and touch, that's way better than it's been. These won't move, getting a little uneasy. So that was pretty good. Let's see what we can do on this side. On this side, as you see, he wants to move. He don't want you stepping up on it. Just jump in place a little and get good with that. Now when he's going to take and try to start moving, we're going to work him around some. See how he tries to keep us off of that side. But you want to get around there because you don't want him running backwards. That's a terrible habit. If he starts running backwards, stop. You want to get around and work him around. You don't want them running straight back because that gets a habit. Every time they get nervous, that's what they do. And then they lose a lot of their forward that way. Just use our knee to start. He's so nervous with it. Go around, go around. I want to move. I'll bring him around some. Walk him back out this way. Nervous? Don't stay up there long. Just up, release, up, release. Put on the pressure, release the pressure. We're not to the point where we're going to try to get in there. So the small victories at this point help get to the big victory in the end. Just the fact that he's letting me. He wanted to move. But he didn't. He thought about it and then he stood. He wants to move there. Round him out. got a new pair of reins. They don't disconnect quite as easy as these, so I haven't really used them yet. Easy. I've used them on a bit that I don't ever have to change on my older, better horses. These are kind of getting dry rotted. I feel like if I really yanked on one of these, I'd probably wind up with a piece in my hand and the horse running off on me. Yeah, that's another thing. You got to make sure that your tack is good. Because if this broke and I was on him and it was a second or third ride, all kinds of things could go haywire. Make sure your reins and your head stalls, your bozels, whatever you're riding in, make sure it's all in good shape. Okay. Now he's letting me step up there. Now I'm going to try to put a little more weight across the saddle and touch that side. That's when he usually gets real haywire. So if he doesn't today, that'll be his stopping point. That'll be, okay, that's what he's been trying to do. He really, when you let this horse sit on the thinking post after a lesson, he really seems to understand it. Sometimes his fear just don't let it fully go through. But I think in his mind, he comprehended it. Easy. Easy. Good boy. He took it. He started to move away a little at the end, but didn't do bad. So we're going to drop this saddle right here. Right after doing that, now he's going to understand that that's all this guy's been asking of me. That's it. Was that easy? I'm kind of dumb for working so hard. Oh, horses are lazy creatures. If they figure how to get out of work, they will. And if it's easy enough to just listen and then you're done, that'll be what he remembers. Like, man, this guy done pulled the saddle off and everything right where I did what he was asking. All the pressure was released and I'm done. This is wonderful. I'm going to do whatever he asks every time. Now this horse is scared, so he probably won't do that. But that'll be the idea. So if you're expecting to get a good riding horse cheap, it's not going to happen unless that horse is 1 foot in the grave and it's probably meant to not even be ridden no more, or it's for very light riding where you can maybe ride 10 or 15 minutes a few times a week. But if somebody's got a really young horse and they ain't put money in it, if you're buying a young horse and it's $1,500, don't expect to have a good riding horse. You know, if you're going to get a good one that rides pretty good, you're looking $4,000, $5,000, $6,000 and up. And that's for a great horse that's young. Somebody has to put time into it to make it a good riding horse. So if you're getting it cheap and people are telling you how good it is, it's either lame, it's on its deathbed, or it's not so good. So y'all remember that when y'all are out looking for y'all's horses. And it's fine to buy a cheap horse. You're just going to have to put some training into it. So if you're going to go spend $1,500 on a horse to have a good riding horse, just think that by the end, I'm going to be $5,000 or $6,000 because I'm going to have to pay somebody professionally to train this horse. If you're new to horses, don't think you're going to get a young one and train it and y'all learn together. That's the most awful idea ever. All y'all are going to do is completely sour and mess each other up. There's no beginner who should be training their own horse. If you're a beginner and you don't know where to start, yeah, you can watch videos and you can learn a lot from videos, but you're not going to learn it all. You're not going to have the knowledge. You're going to get frustrated. Probably one of you is going to get hurt, if not both of you. Get into horses, ride them for a few years, get comfortable with riding before you decide, hey, I'm going to train a horse. It is not something a beginner needs to try to do. It's very frustrating, and not only will it probably mess you or the horse up, it's going to make it to where you absolutely probably hate horses. So I make him do a bunch of direction changes. Guys, these can be very frustrating creatures. So if you don't know what you're doing, the frustration gets very high very fast. Frustration is a lack of knowledge. And if you ain't got that knowledge, it ain't going to take long to be frustrated.